Hello, and welcome to the Jimmy Sam Show, Another Truth. Hope you're all doing fine. I'm doing great. I got the guitar in hand, so I'm going to try and bust out this, at least a little piece of Mouth for War. We're going to be talking Pantera today, Metallica. Got a few guests on. I don't know who they are yet because we're not recording till later on. I got to see who actually shows up because we're all a little freaky. Yes, keep going, Jim, and mess up right there. Oh, that was one. There was another one. Farted out with way too many harmonics. Anyway. Yeah, we should have a good show for you here tonight. I hope so. Hoping everyone shows up and all that jazz. What has been going on? Let me see. We have been, Christmas spirit. We put up the tree. I went and chopped it down at Menards, picked it up and brought it home, and got that sucker going. Feeling better here lately. Got rid of the weight from Thanksgiving. It was pretty cool. Good time putting that on. It was okay taking it off. Foot's feeling much better, so I can keep exercising, all that good garbage. Trying to stay ahead of it this year, as I've always tried. Usually I gain a few right after Thanksgiving, but I popped that right back off. Still eating once a day during the week, and weekends are kind of crazy. It depends, but it's been going good. I'm excited. I got that little time off. I got a lot of love for that little clip show. So thank you guys. And this is to all past guests too. You guys are always welcome on to talk about anything. You got an idea, you want to shoot the shit about something, just hit me up and we'll talk about it. It's no big deal. Yeah, especially bands and people with businesses like the Mighty Calico Cafe in Sheridan, Illinois. You guys just call up. We'll talk some shit. Plug the old business. Get there. Go to your freaking wherever you live. Go locally, enjoy things, buy things from your small mom and pop shops that you can. That's always great. Look for people online, Etsy and shit. They're just little regular people selling stuff. Especially this year, we're all kind of getting hit by the old crush of progress. So anyway, I'm going to kick it off with the old crusher from Jeffrey Schultz. Will sound a lot better than the shit I just did. And let's get on with the show. Oh God. Well, all right. I'm going to just try and introduce everyone. Is that way when I say your name, just say hello or something so people know who we're talking to. Jason Sears.
Hello or something.
All right. Thank you so much. Pat Good.
Yo.
We got a yo. That's good. Well, let's try it. Brian Blue.
Yes, sir.
All right. And Jeffrey, I can't use technology Schultz.
Hello.
Well, welcome to another truth, another show. I'm beer and a half in. It's the only time I usually drink is on these shows, so it's gonna be great. But
But is Jeff drinking?
I only had one. Only one.
Yep, we're screwed. So if I say at any time, guys, if I say cover me, that means I'm going to get another beer or I got to pee. But that means keep talking. And just so we know right now, Pat, good, you sound the best. What are you on right now? What phone?
A Samsung S20.
Yeah, everyone buy those because his sounds the best out of all of them.
Listen,
Really?
I have the S21, I think it is. So what the heck?
It sounds like
I
shit.
know.
Pat must not
Yeah.
be using his in the culvert, Jeff, because you sound like you're in a tube.
People always tell me when I call them that it sounds like crap. So it's crazy that you're saying it sounds good.
I got
People are always
recording
like,
proof.
I can't hear you.
They're liars.
Do you want me to get off my maybe it's my headphones.
No, Jeff, because he'll just fucking unplug again.
Yes, let's not drop it.
Yeah, don't mess with it. Don't mess with it.
God knows Blue's already chopping up too because he's in the fucking ninth ring of hell trying to make a phone call.
Yes, look at I'm just trying to survive here. You guys are comparing clarity.
You got your own cell tower out there that you're building.
Yeah.
That's
This is hilarious, man.
This is how old people should talk. I say that as the oldest.
And yet there's an electrician and then a dude that makes apps and then
We're doing the Lord's work, gentlemen. Oh, but anyway, it's great to hear all you guys, man. It's been a while. It's nice to have we got a new Pat's in the mix. That's nice. We've never had him on one of these whatever gangbang type podcast we're doing here. But
a
holy shit.
vocal orgy.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's gonna get Pat, your parents will never want to hear this. All right. Anyway, sorry, I'm trying to get my computer to stop sleeping.
Does that
on me.
sound better?
Jeff, Jesus Christ, stop. That's
Does
all I
it
heard was
sound better. I got rid
Does
of
it sound better?
Does it sound better?
Yes, it
Oh,
does
wow.
sound
That
better.
sounds better. Yeah.
I tell you
Okay,
this.
there
This
we
is
go.
the 7th time you've been on. Just use your
Well,
phone.
I'm using a deeper voice than I was before. I wanted to try this one.
Yeah, I'm glad your testicles dropped. Jesus Christ. It's embarrassing. I'm a professional podcaster.
Well, at least he doesn't sound like he's in a culvert anymore.
That's true. You do sound a lot better, Jeff. That helps a lot.
Yeah. I'm gonna have you call me on Google Voice one time, and I'll use like a voice modulator. So,
Hello, ladies. All right. Well, let's try and get into this. That's 10 minutes of garbage. Sorry, everybody. But this is what happens. It's a podcast. It should be you hearing us go through all these foibles. Anyway, there was some new music dropped this week. We got Pantera's back in the mix. Tribute, I guess that's what it's called now. Metallica's dropping a new album, 72 Seasons, in another year or something like that. And they put out a new song called Lux Eterna. Where should we begin? First off, so we actually got some musicians in the house. We all are, but some active ones are definitely Pat Good. Pat, what have you been doing lately?
oh, geez. So jamming with Goode and recording and releasing solo stuff. It's kind of a lot of work, slow process, but yeah, just you saw I released the one single there,
Yes.
first one, and then I'm starting a new band called Junkyard Jet.
Holy
Shameless
shit.
plug, but
No,
yeah.
do it.
So that's all originals. So that's a few probably coming out maybe next summer. Maybe we're kind of getting geared up. We've been practicing for several months, writing a lot of material. So yeah,
All right.
a lot of fun. Keeping busy.
Okay.
Where do you get the time to do all those things? Dang.
Well, he doesn't
I don't
sleep till
really.
noon for starters, Jason.
Good one, Brian. That's spot on.
Where's that time
Yeah,
come
but
from, Pat?
I don't mean to cut you off, Pat, but I'm sitting here with my hand up. I do have a question. Totally
Yeah.
new setup of people? I mean, is this completely different group from Kadoosh, or is it?
Yeah, it's a totally new group, and it's not like leaving Canoes behind. They're great. We have a great time together. We're actually playing the best we ever had live. I feel like lately. But it's just something different, something to be, the other folks in Goode are in different bands too. So I thought, I might as well give it a try and just go in different directions. So it's a little bit different. Hard to say, I guess hard rock, borderline pop sometimes, but kind of fused with rock, hard rock. Yeah, definitely interesting.
Cool. What was the name again?
Junkyard Jet.
Junkyard Jet. Is that what it is?
It is.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
So it's actually a weapon in Halo.
Yes, it is. I was like, where do I know that from? I'm an old school
and I
Halo
was like,
fan.
well, we went through a lot to pick the name, and I was like, can they sue us? And I'm told not. So I guess
that works. Holy shit! And Blue, you're also I think you're in. I don't know what's going on with your band, my friend.
Kickback.
Kickback.
Just now we're kind of we're playing it's kind of a private party thing this weekend, just a Christmas party, and it's a nice turnout though. It's really guy puts on a great party. It's like 7,500 people. You know what I mean? It's more than we usually have at shows, so it's cool. Pretty big deal for us. Yeah, and then we're just going to try to take off a few months and get some new stuff in. It's you find yourself getting busy fast, and there's no time to make new stuff, and then it starts to get stale, So I don't love that. I don't want to be the, hey, well, let's go see him play the same old shit again, So
the trials and tribulations.
Who else in that band?
I don't know. So the only person you may know is the drummer from 5 Stars, Jim Martins, and then everybody else is kind of not really around here. People I don't think.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Excellent. And let's see, Jason, I know you're still putting out some tunes. I think you just put out something new.
Yeah, I got the Rockstar and Wheel thing, and then I released that Wrestling the Dragon tune. And
Nice.
I just listened to my other song, $18 million, and I don't know. It sounds like crap to me now. So
that's the struggle.
You can go listen. It's cool if you go listen to it still, but
I got to check this out. I didn't even hear about this at all.
No?
Yeah,
you're selling it really well, Jason, too.
Yeah,
sounds like shit. Go check it out, though.
I like it. I'm surprised Pat didn't just hang up to go check it out. He's so excited.
Well, I know. I don't know. Go listen to it. I don't like.
I like that.
How do we do that, Jason?
Podcast, Pat.
It's awkward. I don't know how to. I don't do the promotions. That was always
actually. Is anybody else finding like it just sucks bad to like promote music nowadays because it's all like you used to be able to get some coverage for like free, but now everybody's wanting you to pay for like Submit Hub and all sort of garbage and Groover. I just wanted to protest that a little bit, but.
Yeah, Pat, you're actually in the scene now. Like, you're out by where are you generally playing at right now?
Well, so the show we played Friday was the last one on the books. So we're kind of hitting the pavement and trying to get some more. Even that landscape is it's very different. It's very hard to get shows nowadays.
It is, isn't it? It really is.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get people to go to them too. I mean,
very hard. Even after, I thought it would maybe bounce back a little bit after COVID, but I mean, there's more shows happening, but there's just such a saturation of like bands and, people want you to like guarantee covers and stuff, as in like people to the door. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking miserable.
It is.
Also, Schiltzy, I know you you send me some good stuff every now and then. Have you been you're not in another band or nothing like that? Nothing going on?
No.
This has been your longest down streak, I think.
I don't know that I'll do bands. It's just, I don't know, that whole dynamic is hard to do. So I kind of like just my own recording stuff. And I know, Pat, you mentioned something on the text about collabs, and I'm all about that kind of stuff.
Cool.
That'd be fun to do.
Well, that's 3 of you then, because Jason's definitely into that too. So you guys should be able to figure out something.
I have to send him stuff. I owe him.
Yes. I've only been asking all of you guys, for the last, I don't know, 10 years.
No, we're going to do it now. If you're still doing drums, we're going to do a song. We're going to release it.
There you go. It's been said here.
Because I have like a crap ton of material. Just never stops. Right. So lately.
See,
Well, that's
the thing about me doing it on my own is, for one, I can't sing, so I have to use this AI voice, which is not terrible and it's really good, but it's a chick, and I'd rather have a real person voice doing singing, and not me, because I can't sing.
Right, and you can do it all remote nowadays, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to talk to you about that later too, because Jeff and I were trying to figure out a way to pop in music on this thing without it sounding like shit, and so also you guys can hear it like when I'm listening to it. So definitely need some technical help there. Yeah,
that song I released was done pretty much all remote.
Really?
So yeah, and it started out MIDI drums, MIDI bass. I played all the other instruments, and then the guy who produced it did real drums and real bass, but he was in London. So
really,
it's found online. Yeah, it was really good. But it was all remote and done in Studio One, free edition, by the way.
What's that?
PreSonus, like Studio One software.
Oh, okay,
it's really great software.
So it's better. It's better than my GarageBand.
Well, I don't know much about GarageBand, but I hear that Ableton and Pro Tools and stuff. But I had to pick one to learn. Spend the time learning it. And it was real frustrating at first, but it ended up being worth it. And
good
just
for
to learn that stuff.
I started with that one too, PreSonus, and I struggled with it in the beginning. I find it just threw in the towel. And then I started looking at Pro Tools, and it was way above my little pea brain's capability. And then I settled on GarageBand, but I don't do anything professional at all with it. I just kind of do a little monkeying around and saving clips for myself. But yeah, the PreSonus had a lot of neat features that I was excited about. I just
not
techie enough.
So I don't do anything professionally either.
I'm a little curious. I just bought the PreSonus, the Fader 8. And
I heard. Yeah, I saw that.
You can download. I've never used the actual Studio One. I use Logic Pro, which is basically just the step above GarageBand. But I was curious about that to see what the differences were between the two.
Oh yeah, cool. Well, I enjoy it. I don't have a great laptop or anything, and I just run it on there. It's a Dell. It's got typical RAM and stuff, and I don't know 16 gigs of RAM, and it works great. Yeah, nothing fancy. And we used between the two bands and such. I use BandLab and Splice are two sites where I was mentioning in the chat where you can share tracks, and someone can download the project, add their part, re-upload it, and then you can download that and mix it and stuff. So that's how you collaborate remotely. It's like a game changer. And we also use it for practices. So we'll throw up tune ideas and everybody can get practice on them. So when you actually show up to practice, you've already jammed the song for a couple of weeks, right? You're not wasting anybody's time. It's been a game changer for sure.
But has everybody been using the Studio One, or can you cross-platform with different, dogs?
So in Junkyard Jet, we've got two of us use Studio One and two of them use Ableton. So that's where we switched to bandlab.com, where these are all free, by the way. So I guess it's got an in-browser mixer. So you just upload a reference track, and then you upload a track without bass or without drums. And then you can mute certain tracks, then you can add your own. And so they do that in the browser, or they just download it and add their own. And so it's kind of a way to get a rough sound together. But if you want to do share tracks and stuff, you do Splice. But yeah, you can export stems and stuff, so you can do it cross-platform.
Cool. All right. Well, yeah, before we get too much in the weeds with that, we got to get back to my lizard brain. And we're going to jump in here with First off, that's badass, and I hope no matter what, because Marvin Hinman, I don't know if you guys know him from the podcast and everything like that. He's a great singer, but he just sent me another song too. So some type of collaboration is going to happen between people. I think we got enough cool, talented people around here to make something happen.
I would think.
Yeah,
that's what I've been saying for a while.
We need to get together and write a theme song for you. A theme song for this show.
Yeah, that's always
another
Schultz.
one.
Schultz has made me the ones that I've had so far, which have been fantastic. But anyway, let's get to the topic of the day, if you guys don't mind. What do you guys want to start? Pantera or Metallica, or should I just pick one?
Pick it, boss.
Let's start with 20 years. Pantera is back-ish. I hope you guys all were able to watch a couple of clips online like I did. And yeah, I guess first impressions, man. What do you guys think?
I thought it was good, but it was our first show.
Yes.
That, so Zach Wilde, I don't know. He's doing some he's doing some Zach playing is what he's doing. And and it's good and bad. I mean, but I'll say Charlie Benante on drums is killing it.
Good. I was wondering about your opinion on that specifically, because so far I could close my eyes and I think that'd be Vinnie Paul.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He did it spot on. But then, I mean, that's Charlie Benante. Oh, and he's 60 years old.
Yeah, I know.
So,
holy
kiss
crap.
my ass. That son of a
I mean,
bitch.
that dude always has been amazing. He's always been one of my favorite drummers.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't know if he was on the list of faves for a drummer.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I didn't listen to it, but I saw the pictures and I was like, this is cool. I mean,
everything that I saw was basically uploaded cell phone video from Mexico. Now, is there anybody doing off the board mixes that you guys know of?
I've seen
I'm
a
sure they
multi-cam so far, but I've not seen a board mix. It's always been horrible iPhone, video capture bullshit.
Again, it's the first show.
It is the first show.
I'm sure they got some recordings gonna be happening.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of haters on it as far as it's not Pantera. And for all, yes, of course, it's not Pantera. It's 50% Pantera. However, for all the kids and including me, I saw them 25 years ago or whatever it was.
Same.
And I would love to see it again in a live thing. It's just, if you went and saw a cover band, let's just see, it was a whole cover band with Phil just singing, you'd think it was badass. But because they're calling themselves Pantera, everybody's getting in this crazy thing.
Right.
But it sounded great. I will admit, I was never a big Zach Wilde fan anyway. I think his use of squealing is a little bit much for me, but he did tone that down a bit.
Yeah.
But, I thought it sounded great.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, I thought it was really good. It's definitely, I'm thinking since it's the first show, it's definitely, I think Zach's still trying to find his sweet spot with it, because obviously, man, he could do, when you hear him do Zach Sabbath, he plays I Always Leads. I'm thinking, from what I remember, not with all the squeals and shit like that. Like, he respects the material. Am I wrong about that? Does anyone else remember Zach Sabbath?
I've everything I've heard on that is what you just said. Yeah, I don't hear it squealing too much.
Well, that's good, because go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to say, I feel like Zach could really do Mouth for War. I feel like, or whatever the hell that name is.
That's it.
I feel like that would be right up his alley.
Definitely. And they do it. It's on the thing live. It's the second song on the big clip.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I will say there was one song I was listening to, but I don't remember which one it was, and it sounded like Ozzy doing Pantera to me. So
Oh, you could just
That'd
just
be
from
weird.
his squealing and stuff.
no, it was just his tone and everything. The way he was playing the song, and I forgot what song it was, but I remember thinking, wow, this sounds like Ozzy doing a cover of Pantera. It's so crazy.
Not Ozzy the singer though, just the band.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
No.
'Cause I'll tell you what, dude. Phil sounded incredible. Because I've heard him
Totally
in the past,
agree.
and he sounded like his voice was kind of going on the outs, and he sounded great.
He sounded so
Yeah.
incredible to me that I started to wonder if it was backing track, because there's been a lot of that talk lately. And
Oh my gosh.
I thought it was so good. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's for that much later in life. You hear all these other guys going back at it for reunion tours, and it's nothing like it was.
Yeah, but he had to quit drugs and he's been in rehabs, and he's done a whole lot of having to fix himself.
I mean, Axl Rose did it.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That is true.
He actually sounded pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by him too, especially when he's doing the AC/DC stuff. I was like, well, okay, he's got, he's still got it. He didn't blow his total shit away. That's great.
Not as good as Vince Neil, but I mean, pretty good.
Oh, poor Vince Neil, man. Just let it go.
I got a kind of different question about this Pantera thing, right? So I did watch the videos, and I was impressed. I didn't know what to expect. I went into it totally open-minded, because, I mean, I wasn't a just like drop-dead Pantera fan. I liked them. I mean, I definitely liked them, and I had seen them in concert, and but it wasn't like I wasn't a worshiper, so I didn't have that much expectation either way. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
That's good.
I'd see it. But what I'm wondering is the production of that show seems a little over the top for just a couple guys getting together for a union tour. I mean, do you think this was like put together by big money people? Like, hey, let's do this tour.
There's no other way.
Yeah,
There's no other way
this
that
wasn't
happens.
just like four guys getting together and be like, hey, let's do this, because that production was just like off the charts.
They probably did the
Pantera
production.
bigger than you think.
Yeah.
Because they're going to make a ton of money on that tour.
Yes,
that's why
they
they did
are.
the production.
It's going to be huge money on that. Everyone wants to see it.
Mm-hmm.
That band is just
Yeah.
it's iconic. It's legendary. I mean, I don't know if you guys, but I've seen them live, and I still remember the pits there. I would stop watching the music to watch the pits, because I was like, oh my God, they would just encompass Tinley, It's just like, holy shit.
I saw them at Aragon Ballroom back
Oh
in
my
the day.
God.
I was legitimately afraid when they started.
So that's great. All of us have seen them live. Do
Right.
any of you remember the show being even a fraction of what it was, with all the lights and fire and explosions and fireworks?
No.
I mean,
That's
not
just the
at
way
all.
it is. It's like modern day, just
Yeah.
how things have evolved over the years.
I mean, I
Yeah.
always dig fire, no matter what. I always dig fire, and they had a lot of that. But
Yeah.
I mean, it was basically just a big backdrop and then fire, right? I mean, I'm looking at it right now. It doesn't seem like it was that crazy. I mean, everything they could do with the lights now and LCDs that's almost standard now, isn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, every
I thought-
time I saw them, I think that, are they considered, I don't know if they're a headliner band in this Mexico show. I'm not really sure how
Not at the
big they were,
moment.
but I mean, even when I saw them with, what was it? The Ozfest. So they were not headliners, but I'll tell you what, I mean, I'm not going to take it away from the Black Sabbath thing, but I think they were the best band out there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw them a handful of other times, but they were always they weren't the main band.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they
I've
just
never seen them be a headliner. I mean, I've never even heard of a Pantera headlining tour. You know what I mean? It's
Wow.
always been an opening,
Never thought of it like that. But
Yeah, me neither.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I never thought of that either.
I thought for sure like they were headlining back in the day, but it's probably.
Oh, I'm sure they were.
memory.
There
I'm
has
sure
to
they
be a
were.
few, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. But man, you got to think about the time they were coming up. They were kind of like, weren't they kind of like the resurgence of metal for a little while? Like still Grassroots, and I
Yes,
think it was in the
they
middle
were-
of that kind of weird time in metal.
Yeah, that was the time where the 80s metal went down and the grunge came up, and then Pantera came out to hold the metal scene for a little while that went on.
Excellent. Yeah. Okay. That's, I'm trying to get it's always the timeline when it comes to stuff like that, because it's like, what's going on? Always the Ozfests were huge, but yeah, when I actually seen them, I did see them at an Ozfest. I think that was Tinley. I could be wrong because it's me, but I did see them in a smaller venue too, which I can't remember. But I don't think they were headlining at that time.
I actually I met Zach Wild at Club 64.
Wow.
On Route 64 by north of Butterfield there.
We played that place, I think, a long time ago.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a club anymore.
No, I think
closed.
it's like totally like ready to be demolished.
Oh, that makes sense. So he played there at Black Label Society.
Oh, nice. Was it great?
Yeah, he was a cool guy. He was a cool guy. He was kind of drunk, but
how was the show?
Oh, that was another thing I noticed. I don't know if anybody else noticed, but Zach, see, he used to be an alcoholic, but he had to quit because he almost died.
Yeah, I think he had like health problems from it. He's like sober now.
Yeah, and then he got kind of chubby.
Yep.
Like pretty big. But on these shows that I was noticed, he's really built now.
Oh, he's ripped.
Yeah, he's like crazy built and skinnier, and he looks good.
Like 65 and like ripped or something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Thank God for testosterone replacement therapy. God, give me some of that shit.
Give me fuel, give me fire.
Actually, I didn't know till later in life that Pantera was like a hair band before.
Oh yeah, I had the albums. That's when I started liking them, when they were a cheese band. But I just was at Crow's Nest and found the album. I forgot what it's called. Straight
Out of the Jungle,
Cowboys.
I think it was.
Yeah, Projects in the Jungle.
Or Project in the Jungle.
Yeah, and I was like, ooh, I
Oh my
can't.
God, I didn't know that at all.
Oh,
It was
Oh yeah,
it was Diamond Daryl.
Just dive into it. It's crazy.
Yeah, but they had their own studio. Their dad was a producer, I think, or had his own studio.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
took their time and just got to know all the other bands and just kept perfecting their craft, and then decided to go fucking heavy. And I remember almost not liking, I think I've said this on the podcast before, but when Cowboys from Hell came out, I was like, what's this shit? I was used to the old shit. I was used to the glam shit. I was like, oh, I kind of like the old
But that
stuff.
wasn't Phil, though. Phil
No,
was
no.
later on.
Yeah, exactly. Phil was
Well,
Cowboys.
Phil did sing on the last hair one that they did.
Oh, okay. Well, I
I
probably
forgot.
had that too. There's projects. There was like 3 albums. I had 2 of them at least. I don't know if Phil was on
Power
Power Metal.
Metal. That's the one that Phil sang on, and he did vocals like This Love. He did
Right,
vocals
yeah.
like that.
Sing-songy. 80s crap.
That
Yeah,
dude had a
or he-
range, man. He had a crazy range.
Yeah. Yes, he did. He had some I mean, you listen
yeah.
back to those recordings, you go to like Far Beyond Driven is when they kind of heavied up, but I mean, Cowboys was fantastic for range. but-
Cemetery Gates.
yeah, I mean,
Yes.
come on. That's so iconic.
Actually, that's the one I was thinking of. I didn't mean This Love. I meant Cemetery Gates.
I got what you were talking about. Yeah, that was fantastic. The good old times. And so, yeah, everyone's seen them. That's cool. But yeah, it was, them coming back is cool. It's great because, I'm hoping the younger generation gets a chance to see them. That's the best thing. But I do hope Zach will like find his, I'm going to sing first show. He's probably, I'm thinking as a guitarist, like I'm going to hit what I know, like maybe like I could probably pull off that lead, but they did like, I think 10 songs, 12 songs. And they've been I don't know how long they had to rehearse, but that's a lot of dime, you know.
Yeah.
He carries that, and you know, he carries. Well, I think Zach's used to that too. Well, no, doesn't Black Label have 2 guitar players?
No, I don't think so.
Yes, they did. They did.
Did they?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought
Well,
so.
when I saw them, they did. Yeah.
Me too.
I felt bad for the other guy. He was just like, I'm just going to stick to the basic chords.
I'll back this.
They
shit
gave me
up.
this jacket that's got like studs on it, and I have to wear that.
I guess I'm in a
'Cause they all
gang
have
now.
the same. Yeah, basically they're in a gang.
But yeah, that's some huge shoes to fill. But obviously they were tight. Him and Dime were tight. They were friends. You know, Charlie obviously is. I mean, I'm guessing if you're in the metal scene and you're popular at all and you're a real band, there's no reason you don't like Anthrax or love them. They're great little fellas.
I saw in one of the pictures of Zach that they posted there on his jean jacket vest he was wearing. It's got a patch that says Saint Dime on it.
Oh, Saint
Or
Dime,
cross.
fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, so I'm hoping from the respect, you know, that they're giving it, which is cool. I know it didn't end, but you know, I mean, we're all been in bands, you know. I was kicked out of my own band. It's like shit happens, you know. They were brothers, I'm sure, for a while, real tight, especially thinking they're that young starting a band. They're gonna have spats,
Right.
you know. Shit's gonna get weird and sideways, and then eventually they would have gotten back together, I believe. You know, I can't believe it was that horrible between them that never going to see you again, never going to talk to you again, you know. It would eventually have happened, I hope. But the tragedy of that fucking band. I mean, I still remember the day when Dime got shot 4 times in the fucking head, whatever it was. It's just like, it was so brutal. I'm just like,
Yeah.
How the fuck does that, you know, they're just getting back together with Damage Plan, which was a fantastic band.
Yeah, I love that band.
Yeah, me too, man. I was like, they don't talk about that enough. It was just like, they were really, you know, he's starting over again, but it was good. You know, the riffs were heavy. The singer was
Yeah.
decent. You know, it's like, this is a good fucking band.
Yep.
And then, you know,
I don't remember with the Vinnie Paul thing, and I don't want to get too deep all into this, but was that natural causes or was there something shady on that?
cocaine
He had
is
a
natural.
heart condition. Yeah.
I think
He had a heart
he partied pretty hard.
Yeah, I was going to say there in
Allegedly.
Knoxville. In Knoxville, there's this dude that Emily knew that worked at the venue that we would see him at, and he was telling me that he was all backstage trying to score coke all over the place. So, I would imagine that's part of why he had, along with actually having a heart thing, you know.
Yeah.
It's too bad. Yeah.
Well, those guys partied hard. I mean, that's the Blacktooth Grin. That was no joke.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the shot.
I mean, you can see their videos from partying. Yeah, they're crazy dudes.
Yep, they gave us a lot of good ideas back in the day.
Yeah.
So I should know this. Is this tour coming around here?
Yes,
And it's
it is.
so
I looked at all the
if you guys
dates.
plan on going.
I kind of want to go to the Texas date because that's where they're from.
Well, Jeff, that's not around here for us non-travelers.
Sorry, we don't have vacation time right then.
Not everybody travels all the time.
I do believe that there was one Chicago date.
Tickets are already on sale, just so you guys know. I already had a buddy post online that he's got tickets for the Chicago
Cool.
show.
How
I
far
want
north
going.
of $100 a piece are they? I'm wondering.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, they got to be out of this world. But
Ridiculous. I was looking at other shows prices. $200-$300 for tickets.
all
Yeah.
shows
What?
lately are crazy. They're just nuts.
Did you hear about what Metallica is charging for their
Double show?
meet and greet? Their meet and greet
man.
thing?
$1,000 probably.
$7,000.
Jesus.
7,000?
No thanks.
Yeah.
7,000.
Yes.
Guys, we need to start a band. What the?
I mean,
You gotta
we
be
could just
kidding.
go to an old folks home for much cheaper.
Yeah. They'll pay us, a quarter to meet us or something.
Yeah,
I was looking at
you,
Metallica.
Oh my
YouTube
God.
YouTube's free, man. YouTube's free. I can watch
Right.
it on there.
That's true. Holy shit! Seventh.
I looked at Metallica prices. They're like $300 in Soldier Field in 2023. Those tickets are on sale. I was like, nah.
Yeah, at a point you just got to be like, it's
For
so
one
miserable
ticket.
getting out of the places,
God.
and then if you get next to a bunch of assholes, I mean,
It ruins it.
It does. There's just
Yep.
way too many chances that you might as well
So-
light that $600
Yeah.
on fire by the time you and somebody else goes.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. My buddy, he went, I can't remember what tour it was on, probably 5 years ago, maybe. He was bringing his kid and he was like, hey, you want to go see Metallica? I'm like, yeah, I haven't seen him in a long time. And they were decent tickets. I mean, not nosebleeds, but definitely not up front. And I was like, okay, well, how much are they? He goes, oh, they're $500 a piece. And I was like, oh my
Oh
God,
my
I don't
gosh.
know, man.
Fuck off. Oh
Yeah,
my
they're not that
God.
good. I'll tell you right now.
I know we're older and shit like that, but the inflation is not that much. Have you guys ever seen Metallica?
No, exactly.
It's a good segue. Have you guys seen Metallica before? Has everybody seen them? I know I have.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Multiple.
yeah.
I haven't. No, I have not.
Really?
It's a show you
Well-
should definitely see. I don't know about for $500 a piece, but
Right?
you should-
It's not worth $500, but
Fuck
you should
no.
go see it.
It is good. It is worth the money ish.
Yeah.
Not that kind of.
I'd
I
spend a
was
couple
so
$100.
excited. Yeah.
Oh, did you see the prices for Blink 182's new shows? That I saw some of that online. It was ridiculous. Not worth that much.
I'm sure they are.
Blink
Boy,
182.
he's got to
They're
buy
still
that
around.
alien spacecraft.
Yeah.
Apparently, they just got back together with all
Yeah.
the original guys.
Oh, that's
To make money.
yeah. How much are those tickets?
I think it's like $400 or $500.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
wow.
For,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I was like, yeah.
Are we, gentlemen? Honest question: is somebody juggling their phone right now?
Yeah, what the hell?
There's something
Oh,
flopping
it was
around.
probably me. I think
Pat,
around my
I knew you were. I knew you were a juggler.
I'm juggling. All right, I'm going to sit down now. I've been told to sit down. I'm going to Google concert ticket prices and be depressed.
Yeah, right.
Is that just? I mean, somebody's got to keep up with this. Probably none of us. But is it just like? Are we at that point where that's a normal thing to expect? I mean, I'm
Okay,
here in
well,
Iowa, but I don't
I hope
see
not.
shit.
I think it is, honestly, because I was looking at like comedy show tickets. I mean, everything's like 160 to up. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
it's crazy. I don't understand why it's gotten like this. I mean,
Well, I think they're making up for, the last couple of years, and I think
In a recession? Well, suppose it. You know,
Yeah.
I guess it's not really happening. I'm sorry I said that. Don't
Not a
hurt me.
recession for them. They're doing just fine. I looked at because I saw Steve Martin and Martin Short were coming to Chicago, so I looked at
Oh
those
God, that'd
tickets.
be great.
It's like $400 a pop for that. So
No, fuck no.
and for a decency, and then I don't know, they sold out like 3 nights at Chicago Theater, I think it was, or something. But
Well, we are
really
getting
expensive.
left behind then. That is ridiculous. Can you imagine that? That's like a $60 ticket normally for a comedy show.
Yeah.
I seen Joe Rogan, 8 years ago, and it was $60.
oh, that's a good that's a good price. But
Yeah, and I
400?
seemed like, I was like, okay, that seems decent. 400. I mean, there's obviously a couple of idols, and they ain't gonna be around forever. Which reminds me, I got to see somebody. One of those old guitarists is coming through. Can't remember his name. Old black dude,
Yngwie
really good.
Malmsteen.
Oh, I seen him. I'm so glad I seen him. I'm a huge fan. I know everyone makes shit of him, but I love him.
who's that? I didn't hear you.
Yngwie. I know everyone hates him.
okay.
Oh.
I love him.
Well, if they come through Iowa, you got to see whoever comes through, just because they're coming
Yeah,
through.
right.
Yeah, my last big show was Queen.
Wow.
Yeah, They were.
I mean, like the Queen?
Oh
Like,
God, I wish. No, it
without
was.
the singer?
No, it was. No, God, no. They were from wherever Queen's from. I'm guessing England, but it was a pandemic show, so it got put off. But these guys were like the top cover band of Queen or whatever, tribute band.
Yeah.
And they were
Yeah.
fantastic. But as Blue was saying, we had complete assholes around us. I had my kid with me, and these people were talking
Oh.
about their jobs and shit like that and cursing and saying stupid shit over the show. I could not hear the show. I was maybe 80 feet away from the singer. And these people
Well,
just
geez,
couldn't shut
it
the
wasn't
fuck
loud
up.
enough then.
Yeah, I
Right.
know. That's how loud they were. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
They just kept talking over it, just like, oh my God. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. I'm sorry. But anyway,
You know,
go ahead.
that is one thing, though, as far as the cover bands go, or the tribute bands, I should say. I saw a Tool. They're a pretty big Tool band, and I can't remember which name there was. But I saw them in Joliet, and I've seen Tool before. And yes, obviously, the real Tool was a cool, big production show. But these guys sounded anyway equally as good. They still had all the video stuff behind them and everything else. They dressed like them, they looked like them, they sound like them, and it was like $20. And I'm like, you know what? I'll do that.
Right.
I'm with you. There's this. I stumbled across it on Facebook. There's this Motley Crue tribute band out of Texas, and they are, I mean, miles better than watching Motley Crue today. I mean, it's
Impossible.
them back in the day.
Shills, did you
Oh,
see
good.
Lateralis?
Yeah, that's
what it
Yeah,
was.
they were
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, I've heard
They were
good
great.
things. But yeah, that's a huge thing. I mean, I'm just right now, I haven't told anybody this, but I've been talking to this local singer about trying to get something together. And I'm like wondering what to do. It's like, I want to do something, but first off, I'm in fucking Iowa, so country rules. you would think with a band like Slipknot, there would be some metalheads here, but I did
I was
find
going
one.
to say.
I found the other one besides me in the next 100-mile radius, but besides Sears, obviously. But I was like, I'm trying to put something together, but I'm like, man, maybe I should just do some kind of tribute band, because if it's that ridiculous to see these bands, and you can get some people together and make a decent, as long as I'm hearing the music really cool, and you got a general idea of what the band looks like, something close, ish. At least the lights. I mean, you'd have a really cool thing to go onto, It'd be fun to see it, especially around here.
Mhm.
There ain't shit going on. But anyway, sorry, tangent. That's probably my fourth beer. It is Metallica. We were almost
Can't
there.
wait to hear new music, by the way, whatever you come up with. That's cool.
Oh, thanks, man. Same. I love hearing everybody's shit too. It's fantastic to hear you still plugging along, and Marvin. I got to talk to Kevin Trudeau. It's been a while though, but he did something live about a half year ago. It was really cool to see. I was like, I just love seeing my friends, and then the stuff Jason sends me, and I got to see Jeff sends me some shit. Then I go see Brian Blue. I get to see him a couple times, and Kickback. It's like, it's so fun to be able to see it keep going,
I think Kevin
Absolutely.
just did something recently at the whatever it's called, the Roundhouse, whatever the thing is called now. Two Brothers, is that right?
Yeah, I think it's the Roundhouse.
Yeah, I
Roundhouse.
believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's still chugging. That's cool.
Yeah, that's the
Definitely.
dream, man. Just keep going. Pat's still chugging it out there. I love that you're still doing something original too, Pat. That makes my heart really happy, because you're writing still
Cool.
and creating.
Always intense and awesome.
Yep.
I'm just too stupid to quit, but
That's it too. That's part of it. Anyway,
And you're
Lux
still
Eterna.
rocking the sun, right?
I actually am, yes.
It's too stupid to quit too, Pat. It's gonna hang.
Oh, funny story. Just a quick funny story.
Do
After the pandemic, I hadn't played a year and a half with people. I plugged it back in, first time practice. It started smoking
Oh no!
from the dust. But as soon as
no.
it burned off, it was like, I'm good. It kept on trucking.
Never gonna stop. Good Lord. That thing's
Never
a
gonna
zombie.
stop. 2 years in the dust, no problem. Just smoke a little bit.
It was hitting that resin like it's fine. We got this. Holy shit. All right. Lux Eterna. You guys have all heard it, I hope.
Cool song. It sounded fresh, tight, new, clean. What can I say? I'm a big James fan. I like his songwriting.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think they've gotten better over the years. Like, I of course the early stuff was epic, but and there was a little bit of a lull there, maybe, but somewhere in like the maybe 2000s ish, started to get better and better. I really like all their stuff.
Excellent, man. That's cool. I gotta ask, as a guitar player for everyone, does Kirk Hammett just commit suicide now, or are we going to keep pretending that horseshit solo from starts about 134 and ends?
I'm so glad you said that, Jim, because I was
horrible.
listening to that and I was like, he phoned this in. I mean, this was like just generic. I thought. I mean, listen, better than I can do, but
no,
like
Brian, it is not.
Done.
It is not better than you can do. It is not. That is horrible pentatonic garbage from a professional guitar player of what, 100 years? How long has he been playing? 40? Come on.
Yeah, right.
Pat, seriously.
Who's been trained by what? Joe Satriani, right? I mean, yeah. So I think that there was a little more to be. I mean, and listen, sometimes it doesn't always got to be over the top, but this one just felt like it was plugged right in there. Like, yeah, this will do. Throw that in there. I don't know.
It's funny to say it because when I heard this, I was like, well, this might be a solo I could actually play this.
If you could play this one, you could play half of his solos.
I don't remember.
It starts off with the same lick.
I didn't pay as much attention. Did he turn the wah off for the solo, or is it on still?
It's always permanently implanted up his ass, so it's always there, but it was not on.
The pull-offs on the wah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like,
yes.
Yep.
Jeez,
with the big whammy bar dip at the end. Wow.
And I'm not saying I'm any better than when I was a kid, but that sounds like the solo that you would just like, I'm gonna try this. I would tab that bitch out, and I know I could play that. I was just like, this is horrible, man. Like, Kirk fucking Hammett, you're an idol, you know? I'm like, did James play this? You know, like, I don't know what happened there. It was fucking garbage.
Well, what needs to happen is they need to lower their ticket prices a lot because they're getting too soft. They need to experience some like hardship and shit, and then they'll get some real solos again.
Yes.
Yeah,
This is a good call.
Somebody needs to rip off their music again. You know?
Where's
So
LimeWire?
about it.
Shilty,
Maybe
you
they're
got to hear
high
it.
so he can contract Satriani again to get him fresh. I don't know.
Take a lesson. Learn a fucking Mixolydian scale. Something different.
But that's an interesting theoretical question. Like, does he act? Just because he's him, does he have to like deliver on every song?
No.
I mean, can't he just like?
But don't you? Don't you remember? I mean, we're guitar players now. It's like, I'm not great, but I would want to. I would, if that was my job. I think I could.
I want to hear like
guitar.
a one note solo from him.
I guess in his defense, I will say this. How many solos has he done? I mean, how many songs has he got? Hundreds.
Well,
100 for sure. You know what I mean?
Yep.
At some point, they're probably going to get a little bit stale. It just happens that this was that point, I think.
Well,
it's your
I mean,
job.
you are who you are, right?
It's your
you
job.
play like you play.
Yeah.
Right. Very true.
But I picked up on it immediately. I was listening to the song and I was very impressed with the song, and it got to the solo. I'm like, okay. I usually don't judge, and I don't even quite honestly pay attention to lead stuff all that much. It's not what I do. You know what I mean? I'm not going to pick somebody else apart, but it seemed a little flat for as flashy as I thought the song was, you know?
Okay,
go ahead.
So the elephant in the room here is the kick drum, a sampled kick drum.
Yeah.
It's better than the snare.
Hey, I think it was I forgot who it was, but anyway,
Ola England, I think, brought it up.
yeah,
Oh, did he?
yeah. Well, he was also somebody else said, he's like he did one, and back then, that was tricky back then, but now I don't know. I think he could do it. I think he can.
It sounded very mechanical. It sounded.
Yeah. Now I will say when I first heard it, I was like, "Wow, that's really on." But I thought the same thing.
What's wrong here?
But yeah, what's going on here? I thought the same thing at first, but I think he could do it. I mean, you have like so many times you could re-record it, So I think he did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't even think you need to re-record it anymore. You just drop it in there and you just time align everything, and it's perfect.
Right.
You're done.
It'd be interesting to see it live. Why don't you, Jason, pay the $400 to see that?
Well, there's like
no thanks.
There's 4 of
Hey,
us.
I said it earlier. YouTube's free. I'll push play on the keyboard.
Well, their live stuff on YouTube is awesome. Even to this day, they're doing a really good job.
They do. They put out a really good product, man. It's fucking top notch. I mean, I remember when what was the last album called?
Hardwired to Self-Destruct. And I
love that album. Yes, I love that.
When that album came out, they also did it right too. They had a video for every song. I remember I was working the wind turbines, and I was up tower, and my buddy and I were just watching these come in, looking at each other like, "Holy shit, Metallica! It sounds like Metallica." It's just like, it was fresh. It was good.
Hey, credits to that song Atlas Rise, fantastic song. Lyrics are amazing. That's an amazing song.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah,
totally agree.
Yeah, I love that album too.
I got a question that's kind of not related, but definitely related, if that makes sense. How do all you guys feel about long songs? I mean, 5-6 minute songs. Like, because I mean, what was it, Death Magnetic? I mean, I couldn't get into that. I'm not a fan. I don't like songs that are too awful long. I lose interest. You know what I mean? I don't know why that is, but
because it has to be creative enough to be able to do that.
Yeah. And I'm not saying they're not. Listen, they're phenomenally talented, but if it's too repetitious or too, you know what I mean?
They shoved every riff they knew into a lot of those songs.
Mm-hmm.
I'll admit that. And they were good riffs. I'm not going to lie. Mm-hmm. But I thought maybe some of it was filler. But when it comes to long songs, I mean, that's a great question, because when I love Tool, but I have to be in a mood to listen to Tool. I can't pop that on like popcorn music, I have to be like, I need some alone time. I need to listen to Tool, pull my pants down, enjoy. you know what I'm saying? You have to be in a mood to enjoy that stuff.
Well,
and Metallica's generally not that.
It's got to storybook you a little bit. Like if you talk Metallica, like a song like Orion from Master of Puppets. Mm-hmm. I can't remember what the time frame on that was, but every song was long on that album, I think.
Yeah, just like the Blackout, or what was the album with one on it?
That was Justice for All.
Yeah, that had some long songs, but man, I'll be goddamned if that. I mean, besides minus the bass on any of it, that's some great songs, but they're long.
But it kept you going.
Yes,
It started off as something, and then it kind of wove this. It was a storybook, and it kind of you could do that.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that's I don't know if you guys could talk to this either. Is that a thing of now? Because everyone's kind of like songy instead of albumy, They're like, I like this song, I'm just going to grab it. I got iTunes, I'll just grab that song. That one's pretty cool. But listening to a whole album is hard.
Span anymore.
No, I think it's 3 to 4 minutes max. I mean, especially if you intend to get it on the radio, you're never going to get a 5-minute song on the radio. It doesn't seem. I don't know.
What's a radio? I don't even
exactly.
That's what Brian Blue is talking to us on right now.
Yeah,
in his helicopter.
He is in milling.
I'm literally sitting at my ham radio with this thing in my car.
No, it's been pretty good tonight. It's been better than it's been. But
Because
yeah,
I'm sitting perfectly still. I'm like, nobody walk by me.
He has to like dial a crank every. Hang on, I gotta crank it up some more.
And this is a good question. I dumped all my CDs over the other day, and I put a post on. I was like, I'm going to listen to all these in this order. And then I started, and I was like, I'm never going to fucking do this. And I was like, what is the last album you guys have listened to from beginning to end? Like on purpose. Like I'm putting this on. I'm going to digest this album.
Dude, the latest Korn album, amazing.
What? They're still alive?
Love that album.
No, I like to know
Really?
this because I've been a fan, but the past
When
like
did that
7
come out?
albums sucked.
Oh god, yeah, I think that was amazing. When did it come out? February 2022?
So, okay.
Requiem.
This is good to hear. Korn. Okay.
I tried to listen to the new Ozzy one from top to bottom, but I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, I've long given up on Ozzy.
Yeah, I think he's a robot now or something.
I think Mammoth, I listened to the whole thing last.
Ever since I heard him and his wife stole that one dude's tune, I don't know, I can't remember what it was.
What's
Bark
this?
of the Moon or something. Like they stole that guy's riff or something. I was like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
They took over a lot of things. The thing that Sharon did was the worst was the musicians that played on Diary and Blizzard.
Yeah, it was like Bark of the Moon. He stole that riff from somebody.
Oh, that was Jakey Lee. They didn't pay him for that.
What the
But they
fuck?
took credit for it, right? They like literally stole the song.
The worst part.
Well, and then they had other musicians come in and re-record
Exactly.
the two first albums so that those guys couldn't get paid anymore.
Yeah, that's
I think
kind of a
just-
thing that isn't that what Dave Mustaine's known for too? Remixing his album without his older bandmates in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
Putting it
that's
back out.
possible, but every time he did that, it sounded like shit.
Yes, he's horrible. He's very horrible at it. Pat, by the way, I did listen to all of Requiem. I forgot I did. I was just pulling it up, the cover. I remember it from the cover. That is a really good fucking Korn album.
Oh yeah, it's cool. I saw them this summer too. They were really good.
Still kicking it live.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Good.
It's one of those shows where you're like, it's over. You're like, wait, it was only like 10 minutes. No, it was like over an hour, but it was so awesome. It felt like 10 minutes.
Oh, that's cool. That's a great show.
Pat, where do you listen to your music? I mean, do you do like Apple Music or Spotify, something like that, or where do you get yourself turned on to new stuff?
Pretty much YouTube and Amazon Music.
Okay.
Amazon Music. Okay.
Well, because I got
Cool.
Prime, and then that sort of comes with it. You know.
Oh, it does? I got Prime. I didn't know this.
Yeah, I think that comes with it.
Oh,
Well, it's not the full Amazon Music if with just Prime. You have to. There's an additional thing to get the full Amazon Music.
Gotcha.
Experience.
My wife told me. She told me about it. She's like, "Here, you can do this." I'm like, "Oh, cool." Thanks for figuring that
Yeah.
out.
That's
Well, I'm
get.
pretty sure they may have changed it, but I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
you get like some.
I like YouTube because of the live videos. I enjoy watching those.
Isn't that is
Pretty much any
YouTube
band.
is the gift, man. And I'm too cheap to get the ad free. I did it for a while, for a couple years, but I was like, you know what? I don't care. It's probably good if I have a break. But man, it's so fun to watch the bands live. You know, I can go back and watch all my
Exactly.
crazy shit that I love, Celtic Frost or just some old metal. But I was just like, it is so fun to see. Even I mean, I never would have been able to see Pantera's first show back, 20 years ago. Like that
Right.
day, I was like,
Exactly,
even though
right.
it's quote unquote shitty sound, I was like, I would have killed for that back in the day, Like,
Yeah.
Right.
it's kind of like trying to be grateful for what I got.
Are you guys okay? So I know I like Megadeth for sure, but are you guys getting inundated with Dave Mustaine's bitching about everything on YouTube? I don't even know how I got sucked into that tunnel.
Oh no.
The algorithm has
comes
gotten
up
you.
like Dave Mustaine whining about this, Dave Mustaine whining about that. I'm like, oh,
Oh man, that's the one thing about YouTube that really, really sucks. If you play one thing and if it resembles anything else that you listen to, man, you're getting
You're down the
every
video.
Yeah. The only thing to counter that is just start watching an eclectic collection of things.
Cat
So-
videos.
Well, there is also a not interested button.
True.
If you right click it or whatever, or click in the little three dots, you can
Then
say
the
not
algorithm
interested.
is like, I guess I was wrong about that. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, Pat,
Yeah.
sorry, you're the newest one to the pod, but I got to ask you too, is like, do you miss also like going and finding new music instead of the YouTube way? Like we always talk about, all of us always went to Crow's Nest back in the day, but did you ever, do you miss that kind of way of finding music, or do you enjoy the going through YouTube and going down rabbit holes?
Yeah, I think it's better nowadays. Yeah, I actually don't miss the old days because it was so much we were missing. And I think it would have been awesome to grow up with the tech that is today. But I guess there are some parts of it that were good, but I don't know. Like I feel like I wish I would have discovered all this stuff, years ago. Like, so I don't know. It's kind of 6 of one, half of the other.
Okay, I dig it. Yeah, that's a good way to look at
I'm
it.
with you. I mean, I know Jim, you and I mean, we love Crow's Nest and love the thoughts of going there. But if nobody ever told us that, hey, this Creator album is amazing, you know what I mean? You'd probably never even think that. It ain't like you just went in there and blindly bought music at the hopes it was good. It's, for me anyway, it was somebody had to be like, hey, check this out, or there was a little buzz about it somewhere.
That or the radio. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're not hearing that the stuff.
I always
nothing on
went
radio.
by the cover.
Same.
Hey, is this a
I
cool
did
cover?
too. Yep.
Right.
It was silly, but
Don't you
yeah,
think
definitely
so?
did that.
A little bit like, so my only thing with the whole record industry, the way that it used to be, is, and I'm probably a guy that likes a lot of mainstream stuff like everybody else likes. I also like, out there stuff, but for the most part, I mean, nowadays, because everybody can do anything in their backyard, there's so much music, shitty or otherwise, that it's really hard to find good music because there's so much out there.
Oh,
Whereas
yeah.
before it was kind of like filtered through the record company. It was like, okay, this band is pretty good. You could listen to their records, and for the most part, it's like, okay, they're going to have a several songs on that album that are pretty good. Whereas nowadays it's like there's so much to go through, and most of it's garbage. It's
Yes,
I don't know.
agree 100%.
Yeah.
And it makes it all that harder to release your own stuff. The landscape's pretty shitty nowadays.
Yeah, it's because you're throwing it in a
Sure.
huge pool now. Now the pool could be, you could be a TikToker asshole, which, no offense, God bless him, but you can make this like 30-second ditty that just gets picked up and everyone's humming it along. And I'm like, why am I knowing this song? But you could just throw it into the vast wasteland of the internet, and it could get picked up, or it could never ever be heard. It's like, God, I put my heart in this. I've been doing this podcast for almost 3 years, and it's like, I don't know how to distribute it. I'm lucky I get, over 100 listens on a fucking average podcast, but that's just from doing it. I don't know how to get it out there except for kind people like sharing it and shit like that. So it's like, I can't imagine with music, you're trying to put out an album every couple of years or a new song. Like, God
It's the same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
It takes persistence and hard
Yes.
work. Yeah, pretty much. That's the only way to do it. But
And Pat, you've definitely been the most persistent, as far as I know, as far as original music and keeping it going.
I feel like I get kicked in the teeth pretty much every day with I eat rejection like all the time. So
it's so hard, man.
Yeah.
But you do it, obviously, I mean, you love it, right?
Yeah, so that's what keeps me going. Like, if one person out of 10,000 likes it and everybody else tells me to screw myself, then that's good for me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
I have a question, Pat. What source do you find distributing your music? I mean, is there analytics on your end that shows, hey, on Apple Music we've gotten 100 plays, and on this we have gotten
There
100?
is.
There is,
There is.
yeah.
And what do you see as
yeah.
the most successful?
Don't ever look at it.
Yeah, I actually, well, with Kadoosh, we had actually some luck with streaming, so we actually made a little bit of money there. So I was
Awesome.
really happy about that. Totally blown away that our first album. I didn't even really honestly go look at where it came from. We were just like, oh my god, they sent us a check from our distributor for streaming.
Oh, wow.
That was CD Baby. But so now I'm going through TuneCore, and TuneCore has a lot of really good features. So we'll yet to see. Of course, shameless self plug. If all y'all like stream the song tonight, I might have 10 streams of the latest song I released. But,
Nice.
not a whole. It's very hard to promote. So I just want to get out there and gain some traction. And I think Spotify and Amazon and Apple are probably the biggest ones for like streaming. Tell your friends and whatnot if you release music that streaming is where they want to you want them to listen to it, because those numbers matter the most to everybody else that you're trying to get an impression, whether you're getting a show or getting a review or anything. Your streaming numbers are what counts. So if friends want to help, it's like,
Pat,
stream it. Or
I gotta bounce this off your dome once. I make these silly videos. Like I did one, I went to this midget wrestling thing and I found a crazy, it was just a video of people doing midget wrestling, and it hit like 150,000 views. But
nice.
I was like, if I could put somebody's music on that, because it's just, me throwing shit on there. Obviously, I'd like to promote my podcast or something like that. But even if I do my stupid food videos, get like over 500 views, and they're just a quick clip of a reel of me like cutting into something or doing something stupid, it's like, if I could put somebody's music on that to help cross promote.
Now you're talking.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
It's like, we got to go in business together.
Well, that's fine, because I would love to be able to because my shit is just silly, but there's actually depth to like stuff you do, Blue does, Jeffrey and Jason. It's like, it would be fun to to be able to pirate that little ship of like just throwing shit out there. But by the way, here's this video of me cutting into a stupid sandwich that's going to get a stupid amount of views, but what's that background music, and I can put that in the notes or stuff like that. I would be more than happy to do shit like that. That has got to be a way that's got to be a way for bands to be able to sneak their shit.
Well, there is. Well, anything that you release through a distributor is automatically available to be pulled from, like on YouTube or TikTok or anything like that. When you go through a distributor, and they'll put you out on all the streaming platforms, but you're also available in the music catalogs for creators. So you can find us in there. I've done a couple of TikTok videos with like my own band in there just for the heck of it. But you can do the same thing. You can find us in there.
That's cool. Good. That's awesome. And I do remember that was the last thing I seen from you. You guys did a live stream. Was it Kadoosh? About 3 months ago, something like that?
Yeah, that was a real fun one called The Bunker. This guy does just an amazing job in St. Charles. He does just tons of bands. He's been doing it for years in his basement. He's got a really elaborate setup.
That was fun, man, because I'm a big, what's the name of that band? They did the Beer Song. They're from Chicago. They're kind of a funny band. I can't remember the name of them. But they're always on Twitch and YouTube and doing live shit, but I seen you guys do it. Yeah. And it was fun to I was watching live when you guys were doing that. It was like cool to see you guys like taking a break, taking a second. I think you read some comments or you're at least looking at the iPad or something.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's so fun. Like that might be
it's a really
part
cool
of the future
platform. Too. Yeah, it definitely is. Cool. And places like Reddit and Twitch and stuff, those are really great.
Oh, that's fun, man.
So that was a totally live thing that you guys were doing?
Yeah, it was a live stream. So we were on YouTube Live and I think something else. I can't remember what, but the biggest one is YouTube. And he has all the equipment to do it like right there. I don't know the tech part of it, but yeah, it was live. Like as you were seeing it, we were there playing it live, and you could see like the comments going through. Everybody had like their phones by them. Like we had little stands and stuff. It was a blast. It was all in your monitors, no amps or anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is a different way to play.
Yeah, but you handled it really well. You guys were really tight when I watched you.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun. I appreciate you watching. Yeah, it took a little bit of getting used to play like that because it's a different vibe for sure. But
I might
the drums.
Go ahead.
Were the drum? I don't remember. Were the drums acoustic or
yes.
electric?
Yes. So you had to turn up like kind of a lot in your in-ears, but it ended up being pretty cool. It was really cool.
Was
the only thing I missed was the feeling of the vibrations of the cabinets and stuff. I missed that. Like there is something to that. And
there's 100% something to that.
Yeah.
And sound guys fight repeatedly because they're like, turn it down. I'm like, nope.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta have it. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I've always played where my amp needs to be at drum level. You know what I mean? And if it's not, then what's it even doing there? You know what I mean? I just exactly. It just I'm to the point now where it doesn't bother them too much except for their main mix because I use amps that have line outs on them, so we're not monkeying around with microphones and too hot for the mic and all that. It just it helps, but it's still, you always get, if you get a sound guy that's real particular, it's always a fight.
So Brian, do you just monitor straight through your amp then, just from your stage volume?
No, we have monitors up front too, and I don't usually need much of me in it. I just
trying to hear the drums and
it's mainly for me. I'm looking for, and it messes me up having too much of the other guitar player in my stuff too. I mean, I like to hear the leads, but I want him a little. His is boosted. You know, he plays all the leads for the most part, and it's just when it's boosted, I hear it. When it's not, I don't need to hear him. You know what I mean? I really don't. If it's and it isn't nothing like it. Just if he fucks up, it fucks me up. You know what I mean?
Yep. You're trying to get through your own show. Yep.
Yeah, I tend to follow. You know what I mean? So I just need to hear that drummer and the vocals. So
I do find that weird. I think Pat's this way too. I think all of us here are. Like, I grew up playing in a band, not like to like a fucking record, not like that. I grew up when I started playing. I had people. You know, so
exactly.
I was like, okay, is that all of us?
So that way is the best way. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. That's the way I feel. Because at the beginning of this recording, I do a little bit of Mouth for War just off the cuff, and I was just like, "Oh, it's so weird." Just trying to do the. I was like a click track to like, I think it was 153 beats per minute. I'm just like, I'm gonna try and do this, and I was just like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna put it out no matter what." You'll hear it for better or for worse.
How crazy is that, by the way? I know we did. We talked about this in another show. I saw you guys play in houses and stuff, and I remember leaving. I was like, "Man, I got to get my shit together." Those guys are awesome. I better get busy.
That's the best, awesome.
I still remember
watching people.
I still remember me and Blue playing at some party. Fade to Black, I think, or Whom the Bell Tolls. I don't know, some Metallica song. and I don't remember who was singing for us. It might have been Joey Schaefer. I have no idea, but it was terrible.
Thanks, Jason. I was really loving that memory until you just.
Hey, I'm not done yet. I'm not done.
Do the memory over.
Terrible, but we had.
Remember it better.
But we had a blast. It was our first in front of anybody's thing, I think.
Yeah, Jason's just brutally honest.
So was it in Lake Holiday or some?
No, it was in Newark. I wanted.
Yeah, I remember that house, and I don't remember who the hell the people were.
Yeah,
I really don't. I remember it was me and you and Some old dude.
Well,
I
hopefully
think
you got
singing.
paid.
Oh yeah, no, definitely no pay there.
Hey, Schiltz, are you still there?
I am here.
All right.
You are quiet.
Can you tell us about your first band too? The Lizard, what was it called?
Well, that wasn't my first band, but
And keep
what the heck
talking
was
while I
that
take a
band?
piss. I'll be right back. You guys keep going. Don't fuck this up for me.
Well, no. So I was wanting to go as far as getting your music out there. I wonder. So I don't know. I've never sold anything or whatever on Spotify or gotten that kind of stuff. But I wonder is YouTube probably a bigger player than like a Spotify or an Apple Music as far as.
Actually, I can answer that. You are on all these streaming services. By the way, Shattered Eye. I just actually put it on a new distributor.
Oh, cool.
I'm going through Lander. That's Landr.
They'll
And
give you what's called those topic videos on YouTube, and you can't merge them into your artist channel until you have a certain number of viewers. But you'll get a topic video. It's like a placeholder, and it's not under your channel, but like you can see them for our stuff too. And you can't claim that stuff until you get a certain number of viewers on your artist channel. Just a little tidbit, by the way.
Right. But yeah, Shattered Eye actually YouTube Music. Not the YouTube, regular, but YouTube Music actually is where Shattered Eye is playing the most.
But that's just a music platform. That's not video.
Well, it's they're doing it together.
You have placeholder videos, like.
Yeah, where it's called a topic or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah. Those visualizers are pretty cool too, but you gotta pay for them.
When I was gone, you guys started talking about technical shit again, didn't you?
Oh yes, we did.
You sons of
Yeah.
bitches.
Well, I just wonder as far as a band goes, especially like with you, Pat. I wonder if you'd be, to release your music, but to have a video of you playing that music on YouTube. I gotta imagine that would be probably the best thing you could do, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the best way. I mean, I wanted to do videos, but of course it costs a lot of money, so I'm not sure. But I'll probably do a lyric video and then maybe a visualizer. But right now it's just like a splash screen, like topic video. But I mean, I could just maybe I was thinking about, I got some clips where I'm just sitting playing acoustic or whatnot. I could probably do that too, of that song.
I've got a customer of mine that we were doing some work at his house, and he started a YouTube channel out of the blue, whatever. He's like, yeah, I'm building this stuff, and I just started recording myself. One of them hit, and he's got 500,000 views or whatever it is. And I think he said he's making like $1,000 a month on that one video.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Freaking crazy.
Yeah, that will last for probably about 3 months though.
Well, whatever. I mean,
no,
I don't
it's
know.
still, fucking A. If that could pay for my music, I'd be happy as shit.
Yeah.
Much rather do that than a real job.
Yeah.
Well, I see TikTok. Well, actually, no, I'm going to get on there. I don't even want to go down this rabbit hole, but Instagram, you see people, so I posted a couple of videos of me playing guitar. And when I scroll to the feed, now I see like millions of people sitting playing guitar. And it's like the saturation is unbelievable. But you'll see somebody who happened to, I'm going to post this cover song of 10 seconds and it's got 400,000 views. And they're like, how did this happen? But covers is kind of the way to go. It's not exactly legal, by the way.
Right. So there is some gray area. Yeah.
Yeah. And I see a lot of people on like Instagram and YouTube are doing cover songs. They have tons and tons of views. But none of it is like, like licensed. So if they wanted to, they could do something about it, but
yeah, the company that we switched to, the Lander, they actually have a distribution thing to where, like, if you have a cover song, You just pay them $15 extra, and you could then you're covered. They'll take care of all the the getting the people their share or whatever.
TuneCore has a similar thing, but then it says disclaimer, that may not be your final price. It depends on how that song, how much traction it gets. So you might have to pay a lot more.
Oh, well, now I'll have to look at that and see if.
Yeah, you might want to read the fine print on that.
Well, I don't have any covers to play. I have one that me and Steve Kemple did, and I would think about releasing, but other than that, I don't have any.
All right.
Oh, I see. You're talking about releasing. I think you're talking like just a video. Yeah, with the releasing, I think it does matter how much units you sell or whatever, or views. I think it does matter, but
yeah, I don't know.
Fan-friggin-tastic. All right, fellas. Anything else on anyone's mind? Did we get to talk? Jeff, I was peeing. Did you say anything besides technical shit? Or did you talk about your old band?
He didn't talk about his first band yet.
Still.
My first band? I don't know. Dead Iguana, I guess, was if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, I have talked to you about that before. That was actually with
Jay Freeze, which I think, Pat, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, you guys. Oh, yeah. What was that?
I did play with them. That was a long. Now you're talking a long time ago.
Is that with Moomy and everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, in Lake Holiday. Dude, Lake Holiday was the place to be.
You're damn right.
Dude, no,
That's risk
right down the street.
Yeah.
Jason's house.
For a long time, we were playing in
right
Louis'
down
basement,
the road from us. Yeah.
And it was like, what, 4 doors down from you guys?
Not even.
Oh,
I think it was 3. Yep.
We could have had the next movement in the 90s. Lake Holiday.
Dude, I tell you, and I don't know if you guys listened. A couple episodes ago, I talked to this director that did these fun movies, and I was like, I have this idea. I'm 6 beers in, so I can talk as much shit as I want. But I wanted to name this documentary called Metal Sandwich, because I just remember when we started, we kind of helped usher in all the other bands come in. Like I don't know if we did it, but we were first, and then all of a sudden we seen a bunch of other bands come up right around us. I thought it'd be cool to have a little weird documentary about Sandwich back in the day and Lake Holiday and just like all the bands that kind of sprouted up around us. I thought it'd be fun just to fucking revisit some of that.
Well, yeah, somebody needs to do that.
Well, so I see our biggest fan, because I work at the Open Door doing electrical work. So I see our biggest fan sometimes. And one time I was he had an apartment in his house. And I asked him, I'm like, yeah, I used to play for this band, Shattered Eye. He goes, are you serious? The guy was like an encyclopedia for metal music. He was incredible.
That's cool.
And he's still around.
Guy. Yeah.
The barefoot guy running around town, running around Sandwich.
Yeah, Jill knows him because Jill used to work at Open Door, and he was a sweet kid. He's like a really cool kid. Yeah. Yeah, he is. Yeah, that might be the one to interview. He was at every show. He'd start headbanging to the music we had on the PA. Like if we were like starting off with, just something in the background for the first couple hours while we were duct taping the stage
this guy
together.
Was around me back then even.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Way back in the day.
Yeah.
It's a good
Yeah,
day.
he was at every show, every single one.
That's awesome.
That he could walk to anyway.
Yes, because
I think we all need to have a show. Everybody's band needs to book a show at Sportsman's Club. Brian, your band, my band. Anybody else has got a band, dude.
That would be so fun, just to revisit it once. Like it's just a couple songs from everyone, or whatever. Who cares? Whatever happened. But Blue, you would have to make it because Blue can make the best events. But
yeah,
exactly.
He did. Exactly. Blues Fest, baby. Come on.
There we go.
There's gonna be like 500 people there.
Yeah,
I'd sure like to have a reunion of that. I keep thinking of it, but
he's the champ.
We got to put it together.
I have a question for Pat. Actually, I don't know that you covered this, Jim, when you talked to him the first time, but we talked gear, and you obviously talked about the Sun amp. But what is your current favorite guitar that you have?
Ibanez RG something. There's two of them actually. That I
Enough
really
said.
like.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
Right there.
Ibanez guys. Ibanez.
Ibanez guy.
Oh, that's
Yeah, pretty
fantastic.
much.
Jesus. And
I don't even try to pretend I'm anything else at this point.
Yeah. Is it an older one? Is it that light blue one you had before? Like light bluish silver, maybe?
Yeah, so I have that one still. And then I actually got a 7-string for Father's Day from my wife.
Okay.
Thank you, Marianne, by the way.
That's awesome. Keep
Thing's
her around.
awesome.
That's
Yeah.
a good wife.
Yep.
That is so
So-
wild, Pat. How are you so like consistent? Like you just like found your sound and decided like you're gonna mold yourself around this shit.
It's
And
so
just
funny
make it
because
be
you
you.
say that.
It's so cool.
Well, it's so funny that you say that. I don't feel like that at all. I feel like completely just awash and like not consistent at all and just kind of grasping at straws.
No
So that's
fucking
what I
way.
feel like.
Between the
Yeah.
shit Blue and I and at least Schultz has had, we've financed many bands. Just going
Yeah.
chasing through tones and bullshit like that. But you kind of like just I think
Right.
it's so cool that you stuck with something and like made it your sound. It's just so wild. I told you
Well,
that
it
before.
all comes
I know.
down to money. Yeah. I bought that head from Brian, and that was pretty much it. I had to kind of stick with that.
Oh, that's so cool.
You
though.
bought that head from Brian Blue?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's only been 30 years ago, so
Yeah,
it's hung in
exactly.
there.
I took it to. Oh, that thing. Yeah, it's amazing. It just keeps going. I see him on. I wanted to Sunday. I'm going to get a couple more because I want to like play through like 2 or 3 of them with like multiple cabinets and maybe like throw like a Soldano or something in there with it. That'd be a really
Right.
cool sound.
Juice it up.
I got a Mesa Boogie that you can buy off me.
Awesome.
Schultz is always selling everything he's got and buying new stuff and sending it back. All right, gents. I think
something
we've
else,
covered
really.
everything. Go ahead.
Yeah, we have gone long, but I that's a good question right there. How do you guys feel about the way things are going? Used to be we go to the music store, try your shit, buy it, bring it home, love it. Now you can't go to a Guitar Center and see anything but pretty much generic shit. And now if you want something that's quality, you got to order it, take that plunge, hope it's good, get it home. One part of it's nice, so you can try it out in your home. The shipping it back's a pain in the ass. If you know what I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I've always been if I want it, I want to go out shopping, I want to touch it, feel it, bring it home, have it.
Yeah, I'm
your
with you on that
thoughts?
one.
There's
I hadn't bought an
one.
amp in so long, I couldn't tell you.
There's one
Yeah.
person to
Yeah,
ask
30
this, and that's
years or so.
Jeff Schultz. Schultz, you could take this question because you've done this in the past 3 days, I'm sure.
Well, so the simple answer is nowadays you just buy Axe Effects or Quad Cortex or whatever,
Kemper.
and then that's
Right.
everything right there. You're done.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
For $3,000, you're ready to go.
Yeah,
Right.
but that's the price of one good tube amp. So I mean,
Okay,
Yeah.
vacations. On that sad note, all right, gents. Anyone got anything they want to promote or say? I'm going to end this with. I hope you guys listen to the episode too, you fellas. But with a song from Marvin, he just sent me one right before I was talking to you guys. It was really cool. But I'm
Awesome.
going to end with that song. But Pat, what do you got going on? What's any shows coming up? Anything like that? Plug your new song, please.
Yeah, so the song's called Making It Right. It's available on pretty much all platforms. Although if you stream it on Spotify, that would be the best.
And that's just Pat Good making it right.
Yep.
I think that should end this episode, Jim. Marvin didn't put in the time here today to have that music
Yeah,
at the
fuck
end.
you, Marvin. You son of a bitch.
Marvin should have joined our party.
He would,
Love
but
you, Marvin.
he has COVID. Again, the
Oh.
son of a bitch. Yeah,
Oh,
we
that's
just
so
got through
fun.
talking.
He's had it a few times.
Yeah, he's professional. It doesn't even faze him anymore. He recorded this song, I think, with COVID, and he still sounds
Oh
awesome
my
singing.
God.
Yeah, he's ridiculous.
Wow.
He's a machine.
Poor Marvin.
But anyways, all right, let's all get together, make a song via Pat, and we'll figure out everything else. Jason,
Exactly.
anything? What do you got?
Just I got the video for Wrestling the Dragon, and I got Wrestling the Dragons on all the streaming sites, and also Shattered Eye is also on all the streaming sites.
Hey, that's my band.
Nice.
One of them.
I can't
And
wait till we get that residual paycheck on that.
Yeah, so far it's been $2.80. So
Is that up from
Yes.
last time, Jason?
When I make,
I'm gonna keep that.
when I make,
I'm gonna keep that.
I'll have to buy the songs when I make the sandwich documentary, Metal Sandwich. Schiltzy, what do you got?
I got nothing, man. I'm not doing anything. I'm just sending you little snippets of bullshit that I do, and that's about all I'm doing.
All right, well, it's been a while, so stop being so fucking lazy. Brian Blue, what do you got?
I would say I have a promise to play some music with Jason if he sends me some more clips, but we all know that's a lie because I just can't seem to make it happen.
You son of a bitch.
That's why I don't do that anymore to you.
I had it with the best intentions, and it's like I come in here and my computer, I'm like, shit, do I have time to do this right now?
Yes, but I'm not going to do it.
It sounds perfect, but I'm not trying to lie about it.
All right.
I just can't seem to get it together.
So
That's what I got.
When's Kickback's next show, Mr. Blue?
We actually just booked February 18th at Susie's will be our first one for the year.
Cool, I'll
Hell
be there.
yes.
Awesome.
Well,
Thank
if Pat's
you
going to be there, then I'll be there. I'm going to wait February 18th.
Sweet.
18th, get your ass on out here, Jim.
Wait,
right.
that's not Valentine's Day, is it?
No.
All right.
Thank God, because that's when I do the love making. don't tell my wife.
No, don't tell her. No. It's a secret.
Yeah, she don't need to know. Maybe we can pry Jason out of his chair. Schiltz, can you make it February 18th?
Sure, I can do that.
That's a lie.
Jeff has showed up to many shows. He's much appreciated.
All right. Then, gentlemen, I will have a live interview there. It'll be fantastic. Guys, thank you very much again, guys. I really appreciate it. I have been having kind of a shit show the past month, so it was really cool to be able to have a couple beers and talk to you fellas. I appreciate the time. I know it's Sunday night, but and it's fucking 9:18. God, we got to go to sleep. This is Jimmy Sanford, Another Truth, signing out. Thank you guys very much again, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks.
All right, later,
Later, boys.
Later.
Love
See ya.
Oh yeah.
you guys.
That's all I got.